Well, it's been a minute, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been here on YouTube very much uh, in a long time, and I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with YouTube anymore. But that's gonna be more towards the end of the video that I'd like to talk about that. For now, I'd like to talk about something that compelled me to make a video at 2 in the morning. Um, Dauntless is shutting down, which is a massive punch in the face to me. Um, I'm not gonna lie. Once I got the email, I sat in my bed and I stared at the wall and I thought, wow, those were years of my childhood. For those of you that don't know, I started playing Dauntless when I was, hell, I would have been 14, 15, something along those lines. And I'm 18 now. I'm an adult. That's weird to say. I started playing, I mean, I've been playing for, it was probably closer to 15, but that doesn't matter. This was a game that I dropped hundreds of hours into with my friends, and I had been there legitimately from the beginning. Like, I forget how this game works sometimes. Oops. But yeah, I had so much time invested in this game and so many late night memories of, dude, we should be getting to bed right now. But we're playing Dauntless. Why would we go to bed? um, So, for those of you that don't know, Dauntless was a pretty successful game, to be honest. 15 million players at one point, and they were dedicated players. I'm not gonna lie, the Dauntless fan base was big, and it was one that loved the game, even through its flaws, which it did have its flaws for sure. But watching the game grow alongside my friends, getting excited for every patch, every update, every new behemoth, every new experience was something that was just so surreal. It was something that I don't think I'll ever have again, to be honest. Not the way that I did with Dauntless, and knowing that it's gone now is hard. Um, but yeah, it wasn't a perfect game by any means. It had its issues. It corrected its issues. It made more issues. It was kind of notorious for that of, hey, this is going really, really well. Hey, this is going absolutely horribly. Um, but anyhow, for those that don't know, so Dauntless was a monster slaying game that was about, okay, you break parts, you go craft shit, and level up. It was squad based. Everyone kind of had their role to fill with their weapons and their builds, and it was a really fun friend experience. It was kind of memed on as being like, oh, it's free knockoff Monster Hunter, but it was more than that. Did it obviously take inspiration? Yes, but it was more than that. It was an experience. It was a feeling of gearing up with your brothers and going on a escalation that you were way under leveled for, and holy shit, how did that hit? Holy shit, how didn't that hit? Sometimes it was a wicked experience. It really was. There were times I'm not proud of admitting it, but there were times I went on like 16-hour play sessions of this game with my friends. There were times I'd skip school for new updates. This was a game that I really cared about, and it's gone. And that's really, really weird to me. And it's not coming back. And the unfortunate truth is it was avoidable. It was so far beyond avoidable. So the original owners of the game went independent, which was, I think, a very good thing. However, water. However, after going independent, they shortly after ended up selling out to a different studio, which led to mass layoffs and a very, very unhappy dev team. And eventually they removed things from the game piece by piece, whether it be, for example, lanterns, a huge part of the building experience. Lanterns were essentially an extra ability you had of sorts, and they got rid of them. They said, will just give weapons skills that mimicked the lanterns, but in that you took away everything that the lanterns did other than just give you the abilities. You know, there were things you could slot into them called cells, which would give you more abilities and increase your build diversity. And they took that out, and then they took the weapons out and the weapon crafting, which was huge. I mean, there between all of the weapon types, there were probably not even probably there were easily over 100 different weapons, easily, and they all had different stats and they had different usages. It didn't matter if it was a starting weapon, because with how progression was later in the game, you would use starting weapons sometimes because they had good stats and good abilities that fit what you needed, and it was great. You know, the progression was, I would say, solid, even if some don't agree with that sentiment. Um, but it was great. It was a great experience, and I remember gawking at people that had, you know, they were called reforges, essentially prestiges, in the game. Like, oh my god, he has so many. How? And then I became that guy, and then my friends became that guy, and it was surreal. But anyways, so they removed the weapon crafting, which is what the game was known for. You again, you'd squad up with your friends and you'd say, okay, I need to kill this behemoth. I need to break this off of him so I can make this weapon or this armor. And that was gone. There's no reason to do that anymore. There was no reason to do anything. And then they did a progress wipe, or what was essentially a progress wipe. Like, could you, like a progress wipe in an RPG based on grinding and crafting things? Like, could you imagine that? And the hard truth is, this was intentional. I think anyone that plays Dauntless or kept up with it knew that the killing of this game was intentional. It was bought out by a crypto company and turned into the most pay-to-win grind garbage ever. And then they closed it. It was announced Monday. As of recording this, it is technically Wednesday, but I still count it as Tuesday. Um, but anyways, so yeah, they just gutted the game and killed the build variety and everything to do with any sort of wanting to squat up and grind the game. There's no incentive to play it anymore. And I'm a firm believer that it was done on purpose to milk the community after the buyout and then just kill the game. So this goes, I know I'm blabbering about the game itself, but I guess I just need to kind of say this out loud. I'm growing up. And that's a really big pill to swallow. I've been accepted and I have my college orientation planned. I'm going to go to be an English teacher. My friends are going off and doing their own things and becoming their own people, and it's hard. It's hard to accept that I'm not the person that I once was, and neither were those around me. And these experiences like Dauntless are memory now, and that's where they'll stay. I'll never get online on Dauntless again and say, let's squat up, let's go break this shit. Well, let's skip school for this patch. That's not going to happen again. I'm an adult. I have responsibilities. I have things I need to worry about, you know? Um, but this Dauntless going under thing really, really made me realize that that things are going faster than I initially thought. But I'm just rambling now. So I'd like to get into where things are going to go from here, not only for the YouTube channel, but just in general. To those of you that don't know, I do stream on Twitch most nights. I have a Discord. I think I've shouted it out before. So it's just more convenient to stream because it fits my schedule better rather than making, you know, a video and then editing it down and, you know, spending that much time when I can just stream whenever I'm playing, whatever I'm playing. It just makes life easier, you know. So, yeah, that'll be linked either in the comments or in the link in the description below for those interested. And going forth from here, I legitimately don't know if I'll ever upload to YouTube again. which is another really hard pill to swallow. Um, YouTube was a huge part of my life for my early years. I'm not gonna lie. I uh, I started YouTube when I was, man, I had to have been 12, 13, something like that, on my tablet, sitting on my couch, and I think I was playing Minecraft. I know I was playing Minecraft with this god awful headset that just had the worst static feedback. Not that this headset's any better. And just thinking, man, someday I'm going to be like these guys I'm watching on YouTube. And now I don't even really watch YouTube that much. um, which is another really just weird feeling. Um, so yeah, I don't know if I'll be uploading here anymore. Like I said before, there might be random stuff here and there. You never know. Never say never, that sort of thing. But all in all, I just kind of wanted to, I guess, upload this as a documentation of, how do I quick move? There we go. That wasn't quick moving. Is it Alt, maybe? I don't know. Who cares? But it's a very surreal experience. And I wanted to make this as a sort of documentation of something that matters to me, not just in Dauntless, but in this realization of I am a man now. I started here on YouTube before I was even a teenager, and I am an adult. I work, I pay taxes, I file for taxes, I have to pay renter's insurance, I have to pay car insurance. Like, I'm an adult. And that's something bittersweet of knowing that, like Dauntless, YouTube might be left behind me. This might be it. But I'm okay with leaving this where it was. And if you are one of the very few people that ever tuned in and watched and commented or did anything like that, thank you. You made struggling teenage me's life a hell of a lot more enjoyable, and I'm very appreciative of that. However, I don't know if I'll ever be here again. I don't know if you'll ever see me again. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm talking in circles, but I just kind of wanted to make a documentation about something that really matters to me. And with that said, thank you all very much for watching. Uh, and for good time's sake, I have to say it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and most importantly, guys, stay cool. Peace out.